They said replacing Klopp was like trying to reboot The Office, doomed to flop no matter how clever the script. But then came Arne Slot, cool as a Dutch breeze and tactical enough to make a whiteboard blush. In his first season, he didn't just avoid disaster, he casually won Liverpool the Premier League. While other managers were busy overthinking, Slot turned pressing into poetry and Ryan Gravenberch into a cheat code. So, how did this tactical wizard pull it off? Grab your tactics board, it's time to find out. When Arne Slot walked into Klopp's old office, it probably still had faint echoes of post-match fist pumps and the unmistakable scent of adrenaline and beer. Klopp had built a dynasty on chaos, the beautiful kind. High-octane pressing, relentless energy, midfielders covering every blade of grass like they were on a sugar rush, and fullbacks who spent more time in the opposition box than defending their own. Now imagine stepping into that legacy. Most managers would either copy it blindly or nuke it entirely. Not Slot. His genius? He didn't torch the Klopp playbook, he refined it. Think of it like evolving from death metal to progressive rock. The tempo stays high, but now it had harmony, control, and fewer moments when you feared for your team's tactical sanity. Slot kept the pressing, absolutely, but he traded chaos for calculated movement. Players moved with intent, not instinct. The midfield wasn't a battle anymore, it was a chessboard, and those famous overlapping fullbacks still flying forward, but now with a sat-nav. Slot's Liverpool pressed with brains and brawn, and that balance was the first step to glory. Like tactical breakdowns? Hit that like button and subscribe for more football genius content weekly. Let's be real. By Klopp's final season, Liverpool's midfield looked like a chaotic improv show. Thiago spent more time on the injury list than on the pitch, Henderson was playing like his testimonial was around the corner, and Curtis Jones, well, he kept alternating between the next big thing and the next substitution. Arne Slot saw the mess and did what any smart tactician would do. He decluttered. First move, give Alexis Mac Allister a proper role. No more pretending he was a defensive midfielder when his natural game screamed deep-lying playmaker. Slot, well, he handed him the keys to the pivot, and Mac Allister finally started bossing games like the World Cup winner he is. Second move, deploy Ryan Gravenberch as a proper number 6 and push Dominik Szoboszlai further up to join the attack as a fourth attacker when Liverpool break. Slot's tweaks brought balance, structure, and tactical flexibility. The midfield could now morph into a 4-2-3-1 or a fluid 3-2-5 without breaking a sweat. What used to be a weakness suddenly became Liverpool's engine room. No chaos, just cold control. Let's have a moment of honesty for a second. For 5 years, no one, not even Gareth Southgate, could tell you what Trent Alexander-Arnold actually is. A right-back, a deep-lying playmaker in disguise, some kind of futuristic drone prototype with a wand for a foot. Under Arne Slot, that mystery, well, it was finally solved, or at least it was structured. Yes, Trent's still inverted, but gone were the days of freelancing into midfield like he was late for a jam session. Slot gave Trent clear instructions: move centrally when appropriate, create overloads, and please don't leave a Trent-sized hole behind you. The result? Tactical clarity. He started running games from deep with precision, not panic. And on the other side, Andy Robertson, our favourite Scottish engine, was told to chill just a bit. Less madman on the overlap, more responsible adult with license to roam. It wasn't glamorous, but it was functional. Slot? Well, he created a fullback system that no longer ran on chaos and caffeine. It ran on structure, intelligence, and yes, still the occasional thunderbolt cross from Trent. He will still have to get a similar tune out of Connor Bradley or another right-back next year, now that Trent has announced his exit. One of Arne Slot's boldest and most frankly underrated masterstrokes, turning Cody Gakpo into the Dutch reincarnation of Roberto Firmino, but cleaner, more structured, and with significantly fewer no-look passes. Gakpo was Slot's tactical glue, a false 9 with the brain of a number 10. He dropped deep, occupied the half spaces, pulled centre-backs out of position like a magician yanking tablecloths, and gave Mo Salah the freedom of Anfield. And then there's Darwin Núñez. Darwin. Chaos incarnate. Slot didn't try to turn him into a complete striker, he didn't hand him a tactics book and expect poetry. No, he gave him one job: run fast, stretch the line, and create panic. It worked on occasions, but his days at Anfield are surely numbered. After 3 seasons of struggles, and false dawns. Let's not forget Diogo Jota, whose first touch still makes fans wince, but whose finishing is so ruthless you'd think he'd learned it in a sniper's academy. Slot rotated him smartly, using Jota as the ace in tight games. And then finally, there's Luis Diaz. He's been on fire for Liverpool this season, scoring crucial goals and helping secure their 20th league title. With 5 goals in the first 5 matches, he's quickly become a fan favourite with his endless energy and never-die spirit, including a standout performance in the 5-1 win over Tottenham. The attack? Fluid, fearless, and finally functional. We haven't forgotten about Mo Salah. We will get onto the Egyptian king a little later on. Enjoying the analysis so far? Drop a comment with your favourite Slot moment from the season. This is where Slot truly earned his paycheck, the press. Not the media kind, the kind that gives midfielders nightmares and strikers ulcers. Under Klopp, pressing was almost spiritual, furious, relentless, beautiful chaos. But Slot, he brought silence to the sermon. His press wasn't just run until something happens, it had triggers, it had trap zones, it had purpose. Picture a pack of wolves, but with degrees in geometry. The centre-backs, Van Dijk and Konate, thrived. Why? Because Slot didn't leave them defending 2-on-3s every 5 minutes. The midfield protected the backline like a well-oiled security system. Finally, they weren't auditioning for Survivor, Premier League Defensive Edition. The backline still played high, sure, but it wasn't reckless, it was razor-sharp. They squeezed space, invited pressure, then struck like tactically trained cobras. Slot's Liverpool didn't just press for fun, they pressed to win. Method over madness, calm over chaos. And just like that, defense became the foundation of a title-winning juggernaut. Arne Slot, he didn't commit to just one formation. He wasn't monogamous. He played the tactical field. He'd kick off in a classic 4-3-3, subtly morph into a 3-2-5 when dominating possession, and if Liverpool needed a late winner, boom, suddenly it's a 4-2-4, and the pitch looks like a FIFA glitch, in a good way. But here's the beauty, none of it felt chaotic. Slot's transitions were smooth, almost invisible, like a magician swapping hats mid-trick. You never saw it coming, but suddenly, everything changed. This wasn't tactical panic, it was chess. Controlled, deliberate, and 3 moves ahead. Slot read the game like a man speed-scrolling through Wisecout and had every opponent's plan decorated by minute 10. No team could pin Liverpool down. Planning against them was like trying to prepare for a shapeshifter. 1 minute you're pressing high, the next you're getting passed through by a shape that you didn't even know existed. Slot, he was Liverpool's answer to a Netflix algorithm, constantly adapting, calculating, and never, ever predictable. One of Klopp's lingering issues in his final seasons, he rode his starting 11 like a theme park roller coaster. Thrilling, but eventually someone throws up or breaks down. The core got overused, and when injuries hit, depth became desperation. Slot, well, he's the total opposite. The man, well, he rotates like a seasoned DJ at an underground techno club. Smooth, confident, and always with a plan. He trusted his squad. Jarrell Quansah got real minutes, not just a cameo appearance. Harvey Elliott didn't just fill gaps, he started big games. And even Ben Doak, still too young to rent a car, popped up with a Premier League goal. This wasn't just about giving legs a break, it was psychological. Slot made every player feel valued, involved, and accountable. The result? A squad that hit the business end of the season, with gas in the tank and smiles on their faces. No injury crisis, no burnout, no May meltdowns, just a Liverpool side humming with rhythm and ready to close the deal, like champions should. Let's not kid ourselves, Mo Salah has always been elite, but under Arne Slot, he didn't just maintain his level, he leveled up. No longer glued to the touchline like wallpaper, Salah was unleashed. Slot gave him freedom to drift inside, operate in central zones, and even play as a second striker when needed. With Gakpo or Nunez dragging defenders all over the shop, Salah found space like a man with a GPS for goals. And boy, did he make it count. Golden boot secured with his usual nonchalance. Assists, delicious. Hairline, miraculously still undefeated. Slot didn't reinvent Salah, he re-empowered him, and in doing so, turned Liverpool's right wing into a title-winning conveyor belt of goals and terror for Premier League defenders. Love Salah's glow-up? Share this video with a friend who still underrates him. Tactics aside, Slot also connected with his players. He communicated clearly, he didn't yell for the sake of passion, he coached. He convinced stars to buy in and youngsters to step up. The vibe? Less motivational guru and more guy who knows your FIFA stats but also your grandma's birthday. In an era of egos and entourages, Slot made Liverpool feel like a team again. Come March 2025, it was just a two-horse race. Arsenal and Liverpool. City were nowhere to be seen, but to be honest, it wasn't even a race this year. Liverpool had it tied up by the turn of the year, in effect. And while City were busy trying to reinvent the false six, and Arsenal were dealing with striker issues and dropping points left, right and centre, Slot's Liverpool stayed focused. Slot's pragmatism, game management, and yes, a bit of fortune, thanks VAR, saw them through. So, how did Arne Slot win Liverpool the Premier League? Not with ego, not with fanfare, but with structure, with intelligence, with just enough Klopp DNA, and just enough Dutch innovation. He didn't replace Klopp, he succeeded him. He didn't build a new team, he unlocked the one already there. And now, he's etched his name into Anfield folklore, possibly somewhere between legend and guy who actually made Darwin score 15 goals. They clinched the title with a month to spare, and for the first time since 2020, the red half of Merseyside exploded. During the title-clinching game against Spurs, Alexis Mac Allister's strike registered 1.4 on the Richter scale during the celebrations. This is just crazy. Here's to Arne Slot, the tactician, the champion, the man who made Liverpool the best team in England again, with a smile, a spreadsheet, and a whole lot of pressing triggers. If you enjoyed this tactical breakdown, smash that like button like Trent smashes crossfield passes, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives on football's brightest minds. Until next time, walk on with hope in your heart, and maybe a clipboard in your hand. Leave your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe.